I'm sweating because it's hot, but I'm also sweating because I think I'm going to get murdered.
Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Straight to the Scarlet Halls and officially over the hill, I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
Drinking turpentine and shitting out stomach lining, it's me, Aaron.
We did it. We're 40 episodes old.
We've been really stringing these boys along. We recorded it all in like a month.
We just somehow have developed our premonition senses so acutely that even though it is December 2018, we have accurately talked about current and former WoW.
You mean WoW Yum? You already figured our beautiful name?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm actually recording episode 40 after episode 24 and before episode 35, so I don't know that I know what you're talking about yet.
That's actually a part a BTS that we don't often talk about. We don't record these in order. We're going to do episode 96 after this, and then maybe episode 308.
Oh, I hope I'm still alive for that one when it gets released. How far off would that be? Would you say 308?
308 would be approximately 5 and some change years from now.
Yeah, it's a long-ass time.
One day we're going to make a clip show, and I'm going to have this clip side by side with episode 96, and everyone will cheer, and everyone will love it.
Hey, we love it! They shouted at their phones in public.
I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the new Monster Hunter expansion as a Monster Hunter podcast.
Fits right in. We are indeed confirmed a Monster Hunter World podcast.
And I'm telling you, gang, I'm back in it. Although, I'm going to have to get it on my bone. My X-Bone, that is.
Wait, why on your X-Bone? And are you really back in it?
I am going to get Iceborne when that comes out. And it is because Caitlin also wanted to play it. And she was like, do you mind if we buy it on the X-Bone? And I was like, I mean, I'm fine with that.
Oh, I started playing it again. Oh, wait, never mind. I forgot that you don't own a PS4. Damn it.
We might, so I'll she's coming up here, so I'll play this specific part of the recording for her and be like, huh?
I started playing it again with my online friends who are separate from my WoW online friends. It's a long story, but it's really good. They added some new stuff and it's fun.
Is Doc Hobo back?
He's playing Team Fortress 2, which is a dead game. Don't play that game, anybody.
Oh, Team Fortress 2 in 2019? Doc Hobo, what are you doing? Wario Smile, get out of here.
I tried playing it again, and it just feels so bad mechanically compared to Overwatch. It just feels so clunky, and yeah, I don't know how anyone could play this game still. Hey, if you play it, props to you. It's not for me. Not feeling it. Blech. But Monster Hunter. Yo, there's a new Tobi Kadachi, and I'm so excited about it. His name is Viper Tobi Kadachi, and he's basically my new best friend. So there's that for you.
I mean, I love Tobi Kadachi. So, Viper Tobi Kadachi has a special place in my second heart.
Electric feathery Tobi Kadachi. Our friendship is over. Now I'm best friends with Viper.
He's got a really edgelord name. Do we have any other updates for any of our other podcasts? Any Clockstoppers 2 updates? Any Sonic the Hedgehog movie updates? What else are we?
Shit. ASMR update, I guess.
I am here to provide a new sound clip for our ASMR podcast. It is these cicadas.
No, I hate these cicadas. It got really hot all of a sudden again, and now the cicadas are back and screeching, and it just makes recording hell. So if you hear them, I'm sorry, but don't they sound kind of beautiful? Huh?
I'll provide you with a non-cicada sound.
Ugh.
Ow!
Ugh.
That was coffee. That hurt.
I didn't like that. Let's talk about World of Warcraft. Aaron, what did you do in WoW this week, and how much fun did you have doing it? Let's get excited. Let's get pumped.
Wow,
It's 40.
yeah, let's go. Well, you know what? The second half is going to drag a little bit. On Growliina, I was mostly running my dailies, doing my homework, all that kind of stuff, killing. And I got to tell you, gang, this is going to sound real bad from a humanitarian standpoint. Not only does killing the Horde reward me? I just really, really like doing it. I genuinely hate the Horde.
Same though. Like, I went out of my way to actually, for the first time in a while, do all of my call to arms things, and it just felt so great swooping in on these Horde and turning the tides, because, like, they start it most of the time.
You hear that, Horde?
I routinely go by leveling areas and fight 113s, and they just try and run away, and I'm like, it's a real joy.
You contractually obligated to be in this war. If you're 113 in Growliina's way, you're gonna burn to a crisp. It's your right as a fire mage in war mode.
I assume one of your stinky shamans explained to you how war mode works, so you should know you signed up for this. Oh, also, second half, I did some leveling on Margaret, which was, ooh boy, WoW classic.
I mean, you are, like I said, you're in the trenches with that warrior. I can't imagine solo warrior is very much fun or like
It's
engaging.
just a lot of yellow grasses of Westfall, and I finally got some shoes that don't look awful, and that's like a week's worth of work. It's accomplishing 7 quests and getting some substandard shoes.
Does Margaret have any linen cloth? I can make Margaret bags if you need bags. I'm the bag
Margaret's
man.
always got linen cloth. He's a major collector, which he then sells, but he'll stop selling it.
6 per bag. Just let me know.
Oh shit, I have a lot of bags actually. But that's neither here nor there. Immune, what did you do in the World of Warcraft?
This week in WoW, I partook in the time walking. I actually used it to level in WoW Yum on my hunter. Metalloid is slowly crawling his way out of the grave again. Boron is there as well.
Gasp, I didn't know Metalloid was around. Ah, dang.
Yeah.
Now I'm hyped.
Yeah, he gained 2 levels this last week, so he's a little closer.
Metaloid's always been round. He's a panda. Get it? He's around.
Now, Sly, what is the over-under of Little Quinoa being resurrected and the Panda Gang 2.0 starting up?
Oh, for those who don't remember, we had a panda gang. I was Low Quinoa. Immune was Metaloid. And what were you, Aaron? What was your panda?
And actually, he wasn't Metalloid. He was the man who would become
Oh my god, you're
Immunization.
right.
So that's why it would be
Yeah.
2.0. And I was Booty ATW, who is still
that's
around
right.
and semi-geared.
Yeah, because I was Immunization before Immunization was Immunization, and I was Booty ALC, and it was a Panda Priest. And yeah, I just race changed it when I realized I didn't like that, and then I took advantage of the name change.
Honestly, I don't think I'm ever going to revive Little Quinoa. I don't know if this is controversial. I don't know what the opinion on pandas are, but pandas should only be monks. That's my opinion on pandas. I don't like them as rogues. I don't like them as anything, really. I mean, I don't know.
As goofing as it is to be like, oh, big rogue, they should only ever be things that can swing like a large martial weapon. Because I do really like their two-handed attacks with swords and such, but that really only leaves them, monk and warrior.
Okay, Metalloid, get in here. You're gonna now respec to be survival.
Good old Panda Hunter. I mean, Panda Hunter makes sense. Like, they can hunt, right? They know how to hunt stuff.
I haven't seen.
gotta survive.
Do they hold their pole arms correctly? I'm the only survival hunter I know is a gnome who very, very much does not.
I'll have to get back to you on that. I've never played survival on him, so...
So you brought back Metaloid.
Yeah, other than that, we pushed our mythic keys. We cleared a +8 and a +9, and then we cleared a +10 in time with like 20 seconds left, so that was pretty exciting.
My favorite part was it the 9? I think it was the 9. And I mean, it was like, if we kill this trash and there's still trash left after this boss, I'm going to scream. And sure enough, we kill all the trash up to the boss, and we are short, what, like 1-2% trash before we get there. We have to kill the boss and then run all the way back down Toldagor to find a mob to kill. And we just barely cleared it to get a 10.
What was that the one that we did the other day?
I don't think so. I think this was the day that we pushed it without you because you weren't able to be on WoW or for some reason. I don't remember exactly
Because
why.
I do remember within the last week and a half us doing a Toldagor. I don't think it was the 9, I think it was a 6. But yeah, that exact thing happened and I was like, no, no, no.
Yeah, it's surprisingly common on Toldagor because people skip by unlocking the gates, and then that must make it so that there's just not enough trash, like, on the entire rest of the way. Because, yeah, you're right. This is, like, happened to us, like, 2 or 3 times in recent memory.
Honestly, I think what it is, whenever we have very clean pulls, like nobody pulls anything extra, we never actually beat the trash levels. Otherwise, we're like, oh god, somebody backpedaled into the fire mages, we gotta kill them, and then we end up clearing it because of that. So because we were so pristine, we just fucked up.
Toldagor's one of them dirty dungeons. You gotta run it dirty, sloppy.
But yeah, other than that, just like the same old emissaries and all that. How about you, Slide? What did you do in the WoW this week?
I've been chasing that Azurite, playing some catch up. I almost have my Heart
What
of
about some
Azeroth.
mustard?
Maybe some relish. My Heart of Azeroth is almost 65, and I really want to hit it. So
Hey,
I can
same,
get that
friend.
second. Wait, what percentage are you into getting it?
40% on to 64. So I just got that 60%. So it's a race to the finish to see who gets the extra thing. And then they'll be like, that's just my extra thing.
Immune, what about you? What is your percentage, Gino?
I think I am 64 and like 70%.
Bitches, I'm at 78%. I'm gonna get that Azurite.
I'm currently calling my Ukrainian friend to go pay you guys another visit.
I knew it was fucking you. I fucking knew it.
I have recorded this intel, and this will be used against you in the court case.
Dun dun. But yeah, I'm close to 65. I think I want to get that before raid today so we can go in with power creep because we have been struggling at this boss we're at. We'll talk about that later. I pulled out Slidewhistle, my demon hunter. He was leveling those time walkings with Metalloid, or I guess eye leveling. He's at like 405 now, I think. So whenever we do an alt run in raid, I think I'm gonna bring him and not my hunter. And that's kind of exciting. It just feels so good playing on a demon hunter again. I feel like because I switch alt so much, I don't have a defined main. But I actually feel like Demon Hunter is just like my all-time main. I can play it easily. I can play it one-handed. That's the spec for me. A lazy one-handed sandwich eating class.
It is the one that is your namesake as well, so that works.
I was going to say, I feel that way with Mage, which there are various different things that I have to do to use the second hand. But you better believe that the vast majority of it is the 1, 2, 3 key. Just fireball
1, 2,
into
3.
fire blast, and anytime I get my halo of fire, I hit the big old 3 button to pyroblast.
I really love that with fire. There's so many ways to play it because you run the talent that the talent where it's if they have above 90% health, right? It crits all the time. Is that what your talent is? And then I run that one whenever I play fire. That's if they're below 30% for the execution phase. It's cool. It's interesting. But
and you have the one that Rune of Power where you have to stand more, and then I have Incanter's Flow. There's just so many fun, different ways to play.
Rune of Power is gonna be way better than Incanter's Flow if you use it right, though. But if you can't use it and you have to move, then Incanter's Flow is still better. But other than that,
I don't know.
WoW.
Icy Veins told me to do Incanter's Flow 6 months ago. I'm sure it's
What?
changed, so I have to go fix that. Yeah, it told me to do Incanter's Flow at 8.1. So I was like, okay.
Oh, I think it's got a big juicy red X on it now, I think. But I don't play it in
Oh boy,
PvE.
then I know what I'm doing immediately after this recording.
Hey, everyone's always learning at all times. Episode 40. Always time to grow.
I mean, as of yesterday at Raid, I realized literally all of my Azurite, pieces had the wrong traits selected because I never cared to look until yesterday, so there we go.
Wait, but you've been the top healer. So maybe you found a new meta with your current Azurite, or I guess your former Azurite talents.
No, it just means my power is unlimited.
Ugh. Anyway, back,
I don't know
back
how
to-
I felt about that one.
back to my week in WoW. Other than that and WoW Yum, I dabbled a little bit in WoW Classic. I wanted to dabble more, but as I said earlier, Monster Hunter is really good, so I've been playing that. Benedict, I don't know where to put him. I was trying to level him through Keranos? Whatever the level like 15 to 20 equivalent is over on near Ironforge. And I just keep getting lost, and I hate that area, and I'm using no add-ons. And then I moved him so we can make bags for our trio we have together, and I was like, fuck it. I'm not walking him all the way back out there. I'm just gonna log out. I did have a crazy fight in Red Ridge. I guess the Horde decided that they were going to invade Red Ridge with like 15 people, and they were all skulls. So we're just like little babies running around getting picked off. But
This is in WoW Classic?
yeah, this is a WoW Classic.
Yeah, I saw someone wrote an article about it in like the Classic Chronicle.
Oh, wait. Yeah, because Growliina has its own like newspaper. Is it called the Growliina Gazette? Is that what it's called? You can find it online.
Yeah, it's the Growliina Gazette, and it's because Classic there's so little going on that like stuff like that is newsworthy. Like a bunch of big meanies came to beat up level 12s.
I love it. It's written in such a funny voice too. But I was reading that, I was like, oh my god, I was there. So yeah, they came into town and fucked us up, and chats are separated by region. We had to send messengers out to go to Stormwind and tell the big boys to come help us out. And the messengers were being killed on their way out, and it was just like an escort mission basically. And they made it out, and everyone's like, are they gonna be coming back? Is help gonna be returning? After like a good 20 minutes, I would say. Like a fuck ton of big Alliance boys strolled in and fucked up the Horde. It was a cool like RP moment, and it just felt like, I don't know, that happens on live, but not to that extent to where, I'm sorry, Yum.
I was about to say, on what?
But we got this. Wow, Yum. It just felt interesting and really cool. So yeah, fuck you, Horde. Stay out of Red Ridge. I don't have time for your shit.
I guess while we're talking about Classic, we can mention about our whole Grobulus guild transfer.
Oh yeah. I feel like I've had a string of really bad Classic guilds before now.
Yeah, but luckily we were saved by our friend of the pod, Randy, who tweeted at us and invited us to join his guild Ashen on Grobulus. So that was cool.
Well, because the guild we were previously in, or I guess me and Immune were in.
I was in clean for a moment, but
Oh, you were?
I had to leave. I was in clean, but then I had to leave it for Mama's cookies.
Oh, fuck. Hold up. You know what? Maybe Ash needs to take a step back because Mama's Cookies sounds real fucking good. What is their thing? What do they do?
Get these
nothing.
cookies, baby.
I just distinctly remember we were in Goldshire, and someone was at Lions Pride, and they were like, "Join my guild for a slice of Mama's cookies." And you guys were off doing something, and I was like, "I'm gonna go do this." So I joined, and she was like, have some of Mama's cookies, and it was just like bread and water that I cannot use because I'm only level 10 and they were level 15 bread and water. And then I was like, okay. And then no one talked in the guild, so I was like, I'm gonna go.
Well, I think you made a good choice leaving Clean in the first place, because this is a public denouncement of Clean. Clean said, if you're not level 20 by, September something, you're out of the guild. And I was like, this is bullshit. This guild is bullshit. And I was like, you have to kick me to get me out of here. And then they kicked me immediately. So Noreen got booted out of a guild. So
But
Clean, you're now my enemy.
Yeah,
Even
and
more
then
so, I don't know if this happened within the week, but do you remember Sensei Jacob's dojo?
oh, was that on our alts or something? Because I remember that as well. Was that before Clean?
That was on the boys that we were leveling with when we were in Northshire. We joined a weird dojo guild where we worshipped a man named Jacob who taught us karate, and then I got in because my name was funnier, and then Slide got in a fight with some of the members for like an hour.
It was
Jacob
weird...
messaged me being like, come back, and I was like, I'm not going to.
I really love the name of that guild, but then my beef with Classic right now is that it's really hard to get around all the people who haven't played WoW Yum, who are just like, WoW Yum is the worst game. Classic's gonna kill it. WoW Yum is so bad. And I'm just like, well, I love it, so I gotta defend it. And then I get into like theoretical fights with people, and we argue, but also they're calling my character like sexy and like stroking her hair. I was playing on a dwarf lady, Noreen, and the guy was like, yeah, you're so wrong, mama, but you're so right with them thick thighs. And I'm like, whoa, hold up. I didn't ask for this. I wanted just like a regular debate on WoW Yum, not hitting up my dwarf character.
So currently our status in Raid, as Slide alluded to, has been just throwing ourselves into Queen Ajara on Heroic, and it was kind of rough, honestly, last night, I felt like.
There were people who were making mistakes, and they continued to make them over the 3-hour interval. And it was just, I'm not one to be like, come on, guys, like, pick it up. But it was just like, really? The first lightning bolt every time?
I mean, I'll say it. Champ, you don't listen to this, do you? Even if you do, he would love this. Champ, you gotta avoid the lightning balls. The lightning balls are the big blue aura, and they keep hitting him. And he keeps dying within the first.
It is the first one every time, and the few times he dodged them, he got hit by like the second one. I was like, "What is going on? I know you, sir. I've fought with you."
Yeah, this is definitely not the hardest mechanic we have all faced together as a guild.
It's just gonna be one of those things where we have to bash our heads against the wall until everybody figures out everything. And to be fair, there is a lot of shit thrown at you. We downloaded well, I don't know if you did, Aaron, because you don't have weak auras. Did you download that weak aura?
I did not, though. I did not.
It's actually really helpful because during the decrees, I felt like I was never sure what I was doing because there's so much happening that it's really hard to watch all of my buffs and debuffs at once. And I feel like it goes, but don't move and soak. But it says it so fast and it goes away so fast that I'm not able to catch it in time without this weak aura that I have now. It just shouts, stay, soak, or help soak, stay away. Making
for me,
it
it's
very clear.
For me, it's one of those ones, which is this is incredibly not helpful, but so many people have it that I'm like, okay, like I can sort of piecemeal it from what other people are doing. Like, this is what I need to do. But it's mostly just me being stubborn and foolish.
The chat is mostly just for you to read. I didn't even know that move was a thing. There's one where you have to move or you're going to get hit by like this crashing wave constantly. I figured that one out real quick with that weak aura. I had to keep running in a circle.
Last night actually was hard for me too because I guess completely spaced and forgot that we were starting on Heroic Ajara. I thought we were going to grind our way to her again. So it just didn't feel good just going in and wiping against her for 3 hours.
Yeah, just to lose for 3 hours and to not even get as far as we have. Although I'm still in the back of my mind chalking it up to one of our best DPS being in Serbia.
Yeah, I miss Honors. He's crushing it as a paladin, as a rep pally out there.
Honors come back.
Honors come back.
He's crushing it.
I feel like today we're going to walk in there and we're going to one-shot it on the first try. Is that crazy? Is that too wild to say?
No,
crazy.
Because we've done it before, but I also don't think one-shot. I think we're going to get her to like 15% and be like, this is it, gang. And then a week from now, it'll be like, we managed to squeeze one out. Maybe that's when we one-shot it. I still think we need another week to think about things.
Yeah, that's true.
Have we made it to her final form yet?
Yes, I think stage 4 is her final form. The form where we're ignoring everything with the Myrmidon to just try to burn her down.
Yeah, I mean, and I know that as soon as we get that Myrmidon or whatever it's called down, we will defeat her, I think. But that's where we've struggled against when that big guy comes up in the last phase.
Well, we normally have like 4 or 5 DPS dead by that point, and so it's rough. And I don't know how other classes are dealing with fucking up sanctions. It's nice for me and Aaron because I'm like, oh fuck.
I always see everyone's grouping up, they're doing their things. I always see Slide warp away, just hit the block, and I'm like, I'm right here with you, brother.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I did wrong. I don't know. If someone stacked with me, Ice Block will solve all my problems. And like Kata and Immune are like, your stats are too high, you have sanctions, and I'm like, Ice Block, bitch.
Yeah, it's funny. I also have something similar. I'm like, I don't know what to do, so I'm like, wings.
We're just trying to cheese the sanctions because we're too dumb to figure out what's wrong.
Welcome to Do Not Relent.
We will not relent our methods. They're perfect. I guess this is a pretty good time to do a time warp. Okay, so time warp. These fools got 40 seconds to figure out the trivia that I'm about to lay down on them. Whoever gets the most right answers wins. The loser has to drink the devil's juice. Are you two ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, as I pick this one, I realize this won't be as engaging for listeners as it will be for the contestants, because the listeners may not be familiar with this unless they've been listening very, very closely for the past 40 episodes. I need you two to name members of our current raid team. Ready? Go.
Myth, Lynn,
Shampooey,
Kata,
Mithril,
myself,
Pickle,
Aaron, Slide,
Immunization, deoxyribose, Growliina, Reek,
Faye, Faye's son, Scoot.
Faystabia,
I don't know if he's they're technically in.
Lilith.
Solstice.
Zaywin, aka Scott.
Cynical.
Juniper shows up every so often.
Time.
Shout out to Phoenix Fusion.
So I didn't set a timer for that because I was watching the time so closely. I didn't get any of the scoring. But
Motherfucker.
Wow, you're so unprofessional today. First you don't have a pen, then you don't have a paper, then you didn't even set your timer. What the fuck are you doing?
The minute I said begin, I was like, the timer. So my options were stop you guys and give you a new time warp, or let you continue and edit it in post, which I will obviously do. So I'll do that. But in the meantime, you both are losers because you tied, so both of you have to take a shot.
What?
Pickles.
How do you know this?
It's episode 40. I'm calling my shots. Listen, I had to get the timing right for the audio file, so therefore you guys can drink. How about all three of us for episode 40? We'll take a drink.
Celebrate.
Okay.
Because you guys fucked up and I fucked up.
How do we fuck up?
Girl, I was giving answers.
Nobody reminded me to set a timer. I haven't had one of these in a while.
Yeah, that's true. You don't win shit.
All right, bitch. Show me the stats.
Beep.
Hello and welcome to the segment where I re-record because I fucked the score up. Let's see what we have here. It looks like Immune actually ended up destroying Aaron. He had 10 with Myth, Lynn, Cat, himself, Aaron, me, Faye, Scoot, Solstice, and Sin. And Aaron had 5 with Champ, Reek, Lilith, Scott, and Juniper. And it's funny because all these names mean almost nothing to everybody else out there. So shout out to Phoenix Fusion, shout out to me for having to re-record this. Also, everyone needs to know that I once again timed it perfectly right at 40 seconds. I'm the best, even though I messed up the timer the first time. Okay, bye.
I'm gonna take mine right now. Fun.
I'm gonna chug this truly hard seltzer.
Yeah, we're basic here. We love our seltzers.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of alcoholic seltzers, but like, as long as you're getting crunk, I don't care what happens, man.
Hey, man, it's all about getting crunk. Isn't it the end goal of life? Isn't that what Abe Lincoln said? If you're not getting crunk, what are you doing?
That was the last thing he said before John Wilkes Booth brained him. Oh, Mary, after this play, let's go get sleazy. While the three of us recover from our mishap here, we'll pass it to our girl on the streets. Growliina here on the scene with new friend and enterprising entrepreneur, Squeagle. So, Squeeg, what are you doing tucked away in this stinky bush? I'm making potions for all of the levelers, and making bank off of it too. Care to explain how this system works? Well,
I sit here by this bush, and I yell. Then they come over, and I offer them cheap health and mana potions. I see. Are you ever worried that something like, the auction house will take away your customers? I try and keep my prices low, so people keep coming back to me. You know, I'm actually an alchemist too. Maybe it's worth my while to set up over there and set up a little competition. Please don't. No promises, Squeak. Will I figure out the cheapest lumber for signage, I'll send it back to the boys in Borealis.
And this is the thing that I say to signify that we're back.
Wow, we're back again for the 40th time in the studio.
I still can't believe that
Immunization.
won that time warp. Can you believe it?
You know
Oh.
what? I was really pulling for,
Immunization.
so I'm glad that
Immunization.
took it in the end.
You know, it's fine. We all can't win, but I'm okay with
Immunization.
winning this week.
It's gonna be so funny when it's just you. Like if you just end up saying your own name.
No, you're probably just gonna leave it all blank.
Wow, what are you saying, bitch? It's episode 40. I'm going all out for this.
Beep. Yeah, bitch. See? Fucking told you. Beep.
I'm gonna hire voice actors to just re-record all of this. So pick your favorite voice
I
actor.
think we've gotten I think we've gotten big enough. We can start hiring like college age interns to edit this for us.
Oh, I'm gonna get Chris Metzen to play my role. So you guys better fucking step it up.
So are we going to ADR this entire episode? If so, I want
Immunization.
Wesley Snipes. I don't care if he's never played a single video game in his life. He's gonna play me.
You know he played Soul Reaver for the PS1. That was his game.
That's what I was saying last night. By the way, I love Soul Reaver on the PlayStation 1.
I've decided I want the king of ADR himself, Thomas Riley King, to ADR me.
Yo, shout out to TRK and his movie Enduring Destiny. If you haven't seen it on YouTube, please go watch Enduring Destiny. It's a great film. You'll love it. Locally filmed, locally sourced. Get it on Blu-ray.
If they do find it, it'd probably explain a lot about us. Okay, so this week, Blizzard announced that they were releasing another monthly print of theirs, and as, usual, we missed it because there were so few copies, but also, as usual, it's something I would really want to have to hang up in my house because it is beautiful. This month, are they monthly?
They are. It's like incredibly sporadically. I'm pretty sure the Urel one was the last one that they had, and that was like 3 months ago.
I like to think that I'm pretty in tune with everything that happens, like with this kind of stuff, and I don't fucking know. Does everyone just happen to know when these prints are going to be announced, or are they just dropped randomly? Because I want to buy all of these, and they're always gone immediately, because I'm at work, and I heard about it 1 hour later, and that's it.
Yeah, right, exactly. And this one's beautiful. It's a Tomb of Sargeras print. It has Illidan in the forefront, and it's so cool looking.
Now, what you didn't mention there is something that I personally feel like detracts from it. I really like the Tomb. I like Illidan. I like the Demon Hunters. But then my boy Kill Jaden is just mean mugging in the background. Like, "Her!" And I'm like, why'd they make him look so goofy? I don't like it.
Yeah, now that you said that, I can't see it any other way. I think he's supposed to be menacingly growling, but now I'm just gonna see, "Hey guys!"
Hey, Illidan, what are you doing?
It looks like he's taking a big ship on the Tomb of Sargeras, and he's like grimacing through it.
Oh shit, it's so pointy.
Yeah, we'll post this on the socials so y'all can see.
I do really love. I love the bottom half of the picture where it's Illidan and all the Demon Hunters, because I decided I'm a Demon Hunter at heart. That's my daddy. That's my dad leading me through battle.
So I'm assuming that this portrait is based on the one somatic kind of comic thing that they released about people choosing to be becoming demon hunters.
Yeah, that's the vibe that I got as well. It looks very similar to that scene when he's leading everybody in the battle.
But yeah, very very cool. I like it and overall, and someday we will get one of these prints.
Okay, so I did my due diligence and I just simply fucking looked up the Blizzard prints. They are monthly. We're dumb. But it's
What has it been the past few months that we slept on it?
This month's Illidan. Last month was that classic Dwarf on a Griffin. The old loading screen.
Oh, yeah.
Before that was StarCraft, so nobody cared. Before that was Arel. Before that was Butcher. So, like, it happens every month. I guess we just need to pay more attention to the world around us, boys, because we're fucking up.
Wait, so is it mid-month every year then, probably then?
It just says monthly, so I don't know.
I just don't understand why they don't just produce like more of these so that we can buy them, because people would.
Yeah, it's and I hate to be that guy like it would make them money, but like people would purchase them. I don't know. I understand the thing of like if you make too many, then like you're left with like warehouses full of them. But you have, I know for a fact, more than 150 fans of your products. Why are you doing that?
I'm assuming they've probably always just kind of done it this way since the inception. It's probably just to make it limited edition. I think the whole idea is the art is limited edition, but I don't know. Isn't money great, Blizzard? Don't you like money?
While we're talking about Blizzard artwork, also since the last time we recorded, or maybe we just didn't talk about it last week, the BlizzCon 2019 poster, or like keystone artwork. In this, it features Tracer up front and foremost, so that's kind of cool. Sylvanas is also there, so people are like, oh my god, this means she won't die. I'm like, did you really think she was going to die? I don't know.
I feel like the key art isn't really that indicative. I mean, they have a StarCraft guy on this key art, and we know that.
I was literally just about to be like, who is this man, this nerd? Is he the future of StarCraft 3?
This poor man. No, he's an established character. I don't remember exactly who he is. But he is, like, a StarCraft 2 character. It's just sad. Everyone was like, who's this guy? Is it a new franchise? And I'm like, no, that's a Hydralisk on his little keypad. It's a StarCraft guy. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, and then you have Hots, who is represented by Mecha Tyrael, which is, yeah, it's cool looking.
It does look cool. I just, Hots is okay.
Yeah, Hots is inferior to many things.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of those Dota 2 players who will let you know I play Dota 2. So I'm just I don't it's not worth delving into. Hots is okay. It got me some good Overwatch skins,
I think as a podcast we can officially announce that Heroes of the Storm does exist.
It is our official stance that Heroes of the Storm is something that is in the BattleNet launcher.
I have played it before.
This is neither here nor there, but I do have to do this hot take. HOTS has recently started doing original characters, and I say boo to that. Stay in your lane, Heroes of the Storm. Just give me 3D renders of an old-ass StarCraft enemy, so I can be like,
Yo, you gotta be careful. Those are fighting words on the internet. Those words spark debates. People have been really shitting on
really like
and defending.
the Raven King, like, original characters.
Yeah, I'll stand by them because they just want some kind of lore for the game that they've dedicated themselves to, and I kind of understand that as an Overwatch stan because, like, where the fuck is our Zenyatta lore, right?
Honestly.
But looking at who's in the fucking middle, the Barbarian from Diablo, come on. I feel like there has to be a Diablo 4 announcement, right? Like, there's no way it's not happening.
Would it be, this is me just being like a neener, would it be Diablo 4? Or, I know that Barbarian was featured in the Diablo Immortal trailer. Are we going to get some more fun news about that?
My official prediction is that at the Diablo panel, they are announcing that Diablo Immortal is officially going to be playable on iPads and Switch.
I feel like they can't mention Immortal more than a second. We were there. We were at the last BlizzCon. The energy they got sucked out of that room when they announced it was a phone game, oof. Like, you could feel it in the air. It just felt really weird. I don't think they're going to go back and try to make that their headlining thing again.
It's so tone deaf on their part that they decided to make their headline panel of that day basically about a phone mobile game to a convention that is a convention of PC gamers. Like, what the fuck?
Also,
like,
a phone mobile game not developed by them, just published by them, which is like, Oh no!
Yeah, and so like when people saw that it was like their headlining announcement, people were like on that hype train. They're like, we're getting Diablo 4, which maybe that's what they'll do this year. I'll believe it when I see it.
Our last key art person, Elise Starseeker. I love that they're giving her some love. She's a great character. She's a night elf, so Aaron loves her automatically, right, Aaron?
She is the one that I forget the most of in that crew.
Wow.
Well, I mean, Reno and Sir Murgleton. I don't know. I like Elise. I do. I'm happy she's on this.
Also, I think we can take a little skirt out of this BlizzCon key art and talk about the new recruiter friend shit that we finally know the details on. I sent a link in the chat. I don't know if Aaron, if you read the link, did you see the fucking all the months
did not
of rewards?
read the stuff, but I looked at the picture and I was like, well, gosh, golly, Jim, that looks really neat. I know we said that it was just going to be the clothes that the Explorers Guild wears, but it's actually just them. And I'm like, that's really cool. I want to get that.
Normally with the old recruiter friend, how it worked was you recruited a friend and you mostly just got like months, and I don't remember, was it like the third month and the fourth month you got mounts, I think?
I believe so, yes.
But now they made it so literally the rewards go for 12 months plus. You can recruit up to 10 friends, which before you could only do one friend at a time, I think. No, that's a lie. I had all three of you boys at once. So that's not really that much different. But say that, like, Aaron, you recruit Caitlin and you recruit somebody else. If Caitlin buys 6 months and that friend buys 6 months, then you would get all 12 months rewards worth at once. So it kind of goes by, like, it will divide it by the number of players you have linked to your account.
So basically, if Aaron's plan was to buy Kate a year of WoW, he would get all of the rewards if he just had her do a 12-month sub.
Correct. He would get all of that at once
boy.
they do the thing. And let me tell you, these rewards are fucking cool. The first month, you get a pet named Ricky. Who cares? Whatever.
Excuse me, that was my most excited. I love Ricky.
Really?
He's given a high five in this little photo. I'm a Ricky stan.
All right, the first Ricky stand we have. I guess now we are a Ricky podcast. But month 2, you get game time. Month 3 is the camel mount, which is cool. It's a 2-seater. Month 4 is interesting. I don't remember the last time, or if this ever happened before, where you actually get a title as a reward. The title isn't that great. It's just Renowned Explorer. I think that's too wordy for me as a title.
Yeah. It's whatever. It's a reward of some kind, I guess.
I think it's going to be neat, but I also think there's going to be a lot of people with it, and I'm such a jealous bitch when it comes to titles. Although I guess there's none that I have that are like super exclusive, but I'm like,
If everyone's using it, then it feels lame.
Jenkins.
Yeah, so then at 5, 8, and 11 months, you get another month of game time. So, like, if you did this, Aaron, you would get 4 months of game time, which is cool.
At month 6, you get an illusion, the Stinging Sands. So I'm assuming you're going to have just a sandy-ass weapon. Whatever. At 7 months, you get a tabard. At 9 months, you get the most important piece. You get a 2-seater biplane mount. And it's like an explorer's plane. It looks fucking cool as shit.
oh shit, I saw that in the photo, but I didn't piece that was that. Maybe I can use Ricky to get the other seat.
Ricky?
Kate can walk.
Ricky?
10 months, I love the way that they're going with this. 10 months is a backpack transmog that will replace your cloak. So the Taurens got a totem as their back for their heritage armor, and now you can get a backpack for like your bag. There's not really that many. No, that's it. It's just a backpack and a totem that are only things that are different for like the cloak slot. So I'm hoping that this kind of opens the window for them to make more interesting transmog that can go on your back. Imagine like a jetpack transmog or like a cool like Tesla coil for like engineers. You know what I mean? Like there's so much that can be done for this.
Yeah, and then to cap this all off at 12 months, you get, is that an entire T-Mog set of just the Explorer's gear?
Yep, looks like it. So you basically can become like Reno Jackson himself.
It's such a shame that I'll have to wait an entire year from that moment to see what that hat looks like on Growlina's head and then get disappointed.
No, don't worry, you won't. Because if you buy her the year, bam, you have it all right there.
Oh, so it's the time doesn't need to pass. You just need to pay for that thing.
Correct. Which is raising a big stink because everyone's like, Blizzard is putting pay to win, pay to play cosmetics in that are cool that we can't have otherwise, which I kind of see because it's kind of true because they know what they're doing. Because I'm going to fucking recruit either myself or somebody with this using gold and money because I want this shit. It looks cool. They also added an addendum to it. So like you can recruit somebody who's new to the game, or you can recruit an old fogey whose account hasn't had game time in the past 2 years. So if you know somebody out there who's lapsed or come out for Classic, you can, I guess, have them hold off because people who wanted to play Classic already bought their game time, which I think would disqualify them for this deal, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's weird timing in my opinion for all of this.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? Because I'm gonna recruit myself.
Ooh. I don't know if it's just because it's so hot out or I'm so flustered by this week's sexiest NPC of the week.
Who
But I'm
is
perspiring
it?
over here thinking about our sexiest NPC, Salma Salbean.
Ooh, baby!
Ooh, girl, and not only just Selma, but I'm talking classic version. All 7 pixels.
Yes. Who doesn't love a basic bitch wearing... Ugh, why is she wearing a tan vest with a blue dress? Ugh, Selma, what are you doing, you nasty girl?
Listen, she is busy running this farm, honey.
Girl, you roll up and her husband's like, can you kill 20 watchers for me? And then she's like, but come hither, come in here. She gives you one of those you come now hand motions. And I come in there and she goes, can you kill 20 gore tusks for me and then I'll make you a pie? Oh, nothing's hotter than tedious chores.
The only thing I can think of that's hotter is the hot meat pie that Samuel will prepare for you when you turn in all that gore tusk meat.
The idea of meat pies really grosses me out. Like, I love pot pies, but I guess I just think of a meat pie and I just think of a dessert for just meat, and that's not... Ugh. Ugh.
Can you imagine running around in your stinky armor underneath the beating Westfall sun? And it's just a wasteland. It's nothing but you, gore tusks, and like one Defias guy. And you eat an entire hot pie and then just lay on the ground like the scum you are.
She probably didn't even have to heat up this gore tusk meat. It's probably just hot enough already being out in the sun.
Or just hot enough
You know
being
it.
near Selma.
Ow! Ow! Farmer
Honestly-
Saldean's a lucky man. I say farmer because I didn't care enough to know what his name is.
Honestly, there's nothing hotter than an NPC whose foot skin clips over the bottom of her dress. Just look at that.
I was just
Look
looking
how
at that. I
it
was like,
overlaps.
does this bitch got sandals on?
This bitch is wearing sandals and her skin all on her dress. Girl, you gotta get you some new shoes or something.
No, she just has a slight slit on just the bottom 2 inches of her dress so that she can, like, entice us a little more. She's like, yeah, I'm showing upper foot, baby.
Selma, you dirty, dirty girl. Do you think Selma has the same boob physics that apparently dwarf women have in Classic? Because Noreen, my female dwarf paladin, whenever she runs, her boobs, I swear to God, jiggle way more than on WoW Yum. That's gotta be a thing, right?
So are you saying that they nerfed boob physics?
I'm pretty sure they did, because I played a dwarf warrior, and I never saw her boobs jiggle. And my paladin's boobs are just jiggling like crazy. So does Selma have this? Do all ladies have boob jiggle physics in Classic? Do we know?
I would have to imagine. So I need Salma. I need her to come hither over to me.
Here she comes.
Let me see them titties, girl. Wow, let me get a look at your Westfall stew.
Ew.
Also, I would just like to say that all of the pictures I'm looking at of her right now have a photo bucket watermark. And if there's anything that screams WoW Classic or WoW Vanilla, it's photo bucket.
God, Photo Bucket. What is even my login for that? Hey, if you know my login for Photo Bucket, send me an email. That'd be great.
I think I got an email like several years ago saying that my photo bucket was going to be archived if I didn't log in, and then I couldn't log in because I didn't remember the password or the any of the information required to log into it.
Ooh, that's so hot.
Yeah, and it's a shame too because I had all these
fuck.
sexy photos of Salma Saldine in my photo bucket.
Guys, Salma's hot. Why are you guys sleeping on
Before
her?
I even played Warcraft, I just downloaded some Salma Saldine photos.
It's my Salma stash.
There's Salma's stash. Well, Salma, congrats. You're this week's Sexiest NPC of the week. We'll send you your mail into Westfall. Good luck picking it up in that hot Westfall sun. Ooh.
And with that, I think it's time to head over to our top toot, bottom boot, or medium moots of the week. What do you have this week, Aaron?
This week, I have a powerful medium moot.
Bum, bum.
So, at the GameStop that Caitlin works at, she had some Warcraft people come in and talk to her about the game. And she basically was like, oh, my boyfriend plays. You should look him up. And they were like, okay, here's all of our names. And so I was like, okay, I'll send them mail to just sort of be like, thanks for being nice. But these Mother Hubbards, I looked them up, and they're all members of the Horde. And now I'm so upset that she had to talk to Hordes unknowingly for like 10 to 15 minutes. So Astria, Celise, Ace of Death, and Bilu, get out of there. I don't want to see you no more, you grossins.
We hate you, Ace of Death. Is that the name you said? Is that what you said?
Ace of Death, Astria, Celise, and Bilu.
We will
We
kill
hate you.
on sight.
Ugh.
Bam!
Moot.
So, Immune, what is your TTBBMM?
I think this week I have a top toot. And as stated previously in the podcast, I really enjoyed how we just very narrowly cleared these higher keys for Mythic Plus. It is nice to be like on the positive end of just barely defeating a Mythic Plus. Especially since I think it was my first time defeating a Mythic 10 in time, I think.
Yeah, it definitely was your first 10. I mean, you didn't really push any keys season 2 or 1, I feel like, past like 9 or 8. And honestly, yeah, this is only like my third 10 that I've completed, so hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's my top toot. How about you, Slide? What is your TTBBMM?
I got me a big old fuckum bottom boot.
Ooh, I think this is our first time having one of each.
Oh no! I was about to say, it's the first time we've run the gamut.
We started in Draenor. As you all know, we are Draenor darlings.
Darlings.
For as long as we have been playing the game, up until recently, the Stormwind Park had been destroyed by Cataclysm and Deathwing. In Legion, they revamped it to make it a beautiful burial site for our king, Varian Wrynn. And I heard so much about how in Classic the park was so cool. People loved the park. It was so awesome. So for the first time, we got to actually experience the park in WoW Classic and / Vanilla. That park fucking sucks.
Like, yeah, they call it a park, but it was really just like Mage District Part 2. Like, there's a little bit more grass.
There's like 3 night elf arches and like a druid trainer and his pal. It's like, hello, friend. This is the park.
Like, I honestly hate Mage District because of the stupid spiral hills. Like, it just feels so unofficial and so like jank that we're like climbing these grass hills to whatever. The park is just where the druids hang out, and I get that they love like mowed grass and hills. It did not meet my expectations of what I had in my mind of how grand this park looked. This park was just stinky. It was just Teldrassil assets just moved over. Ugh.
It almost reminded me, I know they were going for like, oh, it's like where the night elves live, but it almost reminded me of like a night elf slum. Like there was so many distinct night elf stuff there. It's just like, yeah, this is where we send them when they come into the city. I'm like, that makes me sad. New Park feels like it's for everyone.
Yeah, it was almost like a zoo for night elves, where they're just like in their wrong habitat. There's not enough trees for them to hang out in, just some fucking hilly grass. That's not what night elves used to inhabit.
It kind of reminded me of like these night elves are here as like refugees. I don't know. It just felt very like sad and out of place in like the city of Stormwind, and I'm kind of glad that Deathwing burned it.
Oh, yeah, the park in WoW Yum is so superior to the park in Classic. Like, it's so cool looking. The music's great. Now, that is to say, the Dwarven District in WoW Classic, way better than current Dwarven District.
You mean the fact that it's like big and smoky and industrial?
Yeah, I love the fact that it's got a big smoky filter on it. And like, hell yeah, dwarves are fucking gonna be polluting the air with their machines and their mining and all that nonsense. Like, I love that flavor aspect of it. But the park, man, the park sucks. Fuck that park.
I almost want to say that I prefer the giant, like, crater.
Damn.
Giant crater, at least, I'm pretty sure it had its own song. It had some story. It wasn't just a weird, like, cardboard cutout of, like, this is Teldrassil. If you never feel like going over to Kalimdor and you're like, you want to take a photo to tell your friends you went there.
But yeah, all right. That's I think that's about it for us. I think we're about to start moving on to next week, 41. Guys, next episode. It's honestly hard to believe that we've made it, that we've just kept recording this many times. I say made it when we haven't made it, but we're just making episodes.
We have some sort of following that isn't like my mom. So, in my opinion, we've already won. This is the victory lap.
This is true. Shout out to everyone listening to us. Love you guys. You guys are the world. Like, seriously, I'm surprised that you guys have stuck with us for so long because we're just three drunk idiots recording in a cicada-filled environment.
Yeah, so thank you guys. DN Army, we love you.
I stan all of you.
Wow. Even me?
No, not you.
We weren't talking about you, Slide.
Fuck you guys. If you guys have any emails, complaints, love letters, funny stories, dick pics, boob pics, you guys can email us at donotrelatpod@gmail.com, or you can tweet at us at donotrelatpod on Twitter. Tag us in whatever on Twitter. I don't care. It'll be fun. We'll interact with you. What about you guys? Where can I find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at New Era Alex. Also, you can follow our Instagram at Do Not Relent.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at The Big Acheesy on Twitter. And you can follow our live journal at livejournal/relenting. I don't think so.
Is this real?
You better make that. You better make that right now, because people are going to go to that website.
I just gave myself homework.
Yeah, people are going to go to that site and find there's nothing there, and they're going to send me an email for the first time that's angry that they couldn't find our live journal. So congrats, Aaron. Now you run our live journal account.
I hope this is just the first step into our first fanfiction.net DN Army posts. Let's go.
I don't want to read DNR fanfiction. That's gross.
Wattpad, here we come.
I don't want to read it. I just want to know that it's there.
I mean, I guess if you make fanfiction, I guess we have to legally read it on air. So, never mind.
I mean, we've established that we'll read anything on air if somebody talks about it. So.
Oh god, I need to check our reviews to read that. If we have any.
Okay, get DN Army. I'm sorry. Relenting, I think not, was too long for the filter, and I'm too tired to make anything else. So I hope you really enjoyed that live journal bit.
Yeah, you're making one. We'll figure it out. We'll post a link on Twitter.
Shit.
Alright, that's it from us. We're out of here. We'll see you guys next week.
Another down. Do not relent.
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.